fail to control population will be rewarded, as was put eloquently by Vijayan sir. This is a perverse reward for somebody who has not performed and for somebody who has diligently followed the guidelines of Government of India. Punishing us with reduced representation is certainly discriminatory. India's democracy must be built on progress, governance and economic contribution, not just population. A fair system should reward progress and encourage development in lagging regions. If India has to become a superpower by 2047, 100 years after we achieved independence, we must empower those driving the growth, not silence them. We must empower those who have done well over the last 7 decades and not punish them. Why do we not trust the words of Union Home Minister who says it will be pro rata and nobody will lose representation? I'll give you a classic example of Telangana. When the new state of Telangana was formed in 2014, we were given a promise in the State Reorganization Commission that the delimitation exercise will be taken up in both Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and the number of seats in Telangana would be raised, MLA seats, that is, assembly seats, from 119 to 153 in Telangana, from 175 to 225 in Andhra. 11 years since then, and it's an act of the Parliament, but no action has been initiated. Thank you for joining this very important meeting. I come from Telangana, and I represent the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, which has led a movement for 14 years for the formation of Telangana under the leadership of our leader, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao. When Mr. Vijayan spoke about tyranny of majority, sir, we understand what exactly it means to come out of a larger setup and create a small state. We fought against Delhi, and we fought against the forces for about 14 years to achieve our dream. A long fraught battle it was. We of course draw a lot of inspiration from the people of Tamil Nadu on how to preserve our identity and fight for our rights in a federal setup, because the whole Dravidian movement is a beacon of light for all of us across the country in terms of fighting for our rights and fighting for our spirit. We of course also are aware that the 5 South Indian states are at the receiving end, as was enunciated by Shri Vijayan ji, Shri Revanth Reddy ji, and also eloquently by D.K. Shivkumar ji, of the union government's policies. Despite demonstrating robust growth across sectors, these states have been victims of apathy and discrimination. Let me remind all of us, we live in the world's largest democracy, India. But democracy should not become a mobocracy. We cannot let numbers dictate terms. We cannot let numbers dictate policies. While any true federal government would incentivize high-performing states, we have a dispensation today in India that rewards laggards and penalizes achievers. South Indian states, we all know, have been pioneers in administration, in education, in economic production, yet we are penalized with reduced political power. Could be also brought in. We can say that 1971, the census could be the basis and there could be no further increase in the number of seats. Another alternative approach could be, again, this could be a radical solution, as one of my friends asked, what is the basis for Telangana CM's recommendation of 33%? I would say, if South India is contributing 36% to GDP, why don't you give us 36% of the voice in Parliament? What is wrong? Why are you not rewarding those states that have performed exceptionally well in nation building? If nation building can happen by way of contribution from states, then why not reward those states that have done very well? Sir, I would only say fiscal contribution, I think, also has to be taken. It cannot just be population. No one can ignore, because since even D.K. Shivkumar Anna mentioned fiscal contribution, let me point out, Telangana is only 2.8% of India's population, but we contribute to 5.2% of India's GDP. We're literally punching double our weight. We cannot be penalized, we cannot be snubbed, we cannot be undermined in terms of our voice in Parliament, which is a travesty of justice. One thing I would also like to add, and this is a possibly practical solution. Sir, a true representative democracy is one where people's voices are heard. Why is delimitation being proposed? Because population has increased and people's voices have to be heard. If people's voices have to be heard, increase the number of MLA seats in each state. You go ahead, increase the number of MLA seats, because typically MLAs are the first port of call for people, not MPs. MPs only voice concerns on larger national policies in Parliament. But MLAs are the first port of call. So I would propose that the national government come forward, union government come forward with a proposal. In lieu of increased population across the country, Let us increase number of assembly seats in each state so that people are having more access to their MLAs, more decentralized setup. Also, I would like to say this is a fair formula because I think, most states would be happy to see more representation. Finally, I would like to remind the union government from this forum, sir, that India is a union of states. Constitution clearly says we are a union of states. We are, like Pinarayi Vijayan sir said, federalism is not a gift. It is our right. So let us remind union government that our founding fathers stitched this great country together with immense grit, determination and tenacity. They understood that India is one of the most diverse nations